And so, guys, here we are with an important interview. I'm really happy to have a very big agent, Nedal, who was here with us for this interview regarding one of the best fullbacks in the world, if not the best, Alphonso Davies, who is doing fantastic at Bayern for many, many years with many stories. But I want to start to say thanks for your time, Nedal, and how are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
All fine, all fine. Thank you. Thank you for your time, because it's an important moment, of course, for Alphonso with many stories. And so I wanted to start with this conversation with you regarding Alphonso Davies, asking, first of all, how is Alphonso feeling after this season? Was a very intense season, no, for Bayern till the very last minute, and then they won the title. So how is the feeling on Alphonso's side?
Yeah, he's feeling good. I mean, at the end of the day, he was hoping to participate in the final matches, but unfortunately, a little bit of a hamstring injury set him back. But he's optimistic and positive, and he's very anxious to get back on the pitch with the team and start the new season.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you also your point of view as an agent. Of course, in this case, you are the agent of Alphonso, but you are an important agent in any case in general. And so your point of view about Bayern's situation as they are entering into a really important moment for the club with a big change they decided to do. How do you see the picture around Bayern? And then we enter into the situation of Alphonso, of course.
You know what, to be honest with you, I mean, Bayern is a big club, and, right now it's a little bit of a, they came off track a little bit, at the end of the season there with some management changes, but they're a big club. They will figure it out and, get all their ducks in a row, as we say. But how do I see it? I mean, we're just, we still have 2 years with Bayern, and we're just, taking our time right now and to see how things develop over the next few weeks, months.
So for you, in this moment, just to clarify that point, as I saw many things in the media in the last few weeks, as it's normal, it's big name, big player, and so it's absolutely normal to see many stories, but your position looks clear. It's time to think about the future now, no? So to consider what's going on at Bayern, it will take probably some time to see how they will assess the club, and then it will be time to make a decision, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now we haven't made any final decisions on anything, and like I said, he has 2 years remaining with Bayern on his contract, and he's part of the Bayern team. So of course, yeah, there's lots of things in the media that are going around in the media about transfers to this team and that team and possible summer moves. But honestly, right now, we haven't can't confirm anything and can't deny anything at the end of the day. But like I said, he's with his club right now, and we just have to wait and see how things play out.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you also if you can tell us how advanced was the discussion, and if it's true it was already advanced, the discussion before this change at Bayern. I think this is normal in football, no? When a club changes the directors, you maybe have to restart some conversation, part of the conversation. It's true that the conversations was in good stage, we can say, before, and now probably it's time to think and to discuss again. But what happened before this situation is that it was advanced, we can say?
Yeah, you know what? We had some very good positive communications and discussions with Hassan and Marco at Bayern, and there was some positive discussions. And I wake up the next day on the news. I mean, to tell you, we were almost there, I think.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I woke up the next day and I just seen all the media and the news and the management changes, and I was like, okay, no problem. I was in Munich. I waited for for a couple of extra days. I had some other business to take care of there, and yeah, nobody had reached out at the time, so I just jumped on a plane and came back to Canada. So just left it at that.
Yeah. And also I wanted to ask you couple of final things is about the big rumors we're having about Real Madrid. how is the feeling around this story on your side, or maybe on player side, to see his name linked with Real Madrid almost every day? No, one day we feel it's for this summer, sometimes they say it's for next summer. What is sure is that I think it's normal for top clubs to monitor top players, so it's part of the game. How is your feeling about that and about Real Madrid in particular?
I mean, Real Madrid is a big club. I mean, I've always been a fan of the club as a fan, in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's always, when you have an athlete, like Alphonso that you manage, and not to take anything away from Bayern Munich, they're a big club. There's 5 big ones on the globe, and Bayern Munich definitely is one of those clubs, in par with all of them. But Real Madrid, it's a big name, big brand. 14 Champions Leagues. I mean, when you hear the rumors about, the discussion that about they're interested in a player that you manage, it's always
makes you proud. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you proud. But at the end of the day, like, there's nothing concrete's happened with anybody. And at the end of the day, two clubs have to communicate. The buying club has to, initiate, and the selling club has to want to initiate and make a sale, or if that's the case. And of course, the third party is the player. If the player wants to move or not, if all the components and everything aligns for the player in order, that's where we are right now. And I'm not sure where this discussion has gone, if it has, with Bayern and other clubs. But right now, our focus is to get things figured out with Bayern Munich, see what's going on there. And, Alphonso has to, putting all this stuff aside, he has to focus on the upcoming season. He's coming off an injury, and he's going to be in Nations League here in the next week or so, playing in a couple of matches with Canada, hopefully. He's assessed and cleared to play and make his comeback. He's in his head, he wants to win another Champions League. He wants to, so there's he has to keep focus on the pitch, and I'll take care of everything off the pitch.
Yeah, sounds great. And so my final quick question, you already touched on that, was about Alphonso on the personal and technical point of view, because we enter into an important season. No, after this injury, he wants to be ready. I wanted to ask you your feeling on next season for Alphonso. So how is the approach? How is the mentality now after this injury? And then we will see about the future.
Yeah, I think he's really like positive and optimistic. He's very anxious to get back on the pitch and start playing, and like I said, he wants, he said, look, I want to win another Champions League. I want to, so he's hungry. Last year was a tough year for him, 2022. He had the myocarditis and then an ankle injury, just a fluke ankle injury for, a couple of weeks. And then the World Cup around was kind of tiring. And I think a little bit of a hamstring pull before, and just kind of, he probably wasn't 100% going into the World Cup. I mean, I'm not a doctor, I didn't analyze him, but I just feel the myocarditis took a lot out of him, and then coming into 2023, and then, I think, because I from what I read about the myocarditis with athletes, it takes some time for their whole body to recuperate. So maybe he wasn't, and him playing for Canada, the expectations are, he's like, I mean, he's one of the top players on the continent of North America, and, for the country, Canada. And there's high expectations, to have Alphonso Davies, be part of every element. So, with all that, and then just getting this injury here earlier this year and being off for the last 6 weeks, he's coming back with a really, he's hungry. He wants titles. He wants championships, of course. And, his focus, he said, look, I'm with Bayern Munich right now. It doesn't matter him. I want to win another title. I want to win Champions League. So he's very enthusiastic and optimistic right now. So,
and we can't wait to see him back on the pitch, because always fantastic to see Alphonso playing football, but never really. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And good luck for the summer transfer window. We'll be busy in any case, I'm sure.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it will be. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.